All right, good afternoon, 1300 hours here in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for joining us here on TV47 at 1 with I, Sheilar Chelangat. And of course, we do begin right now. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has released the key timelines for preparations ahead of Kenya's 2027 general elections, setting deadlines for public officers, political parties and candidates. According to IEBC, public officers intending to vie for political seats must resign by February 9th, 2027. Political parties are required to submit their membership lists by March 16th, 2027, while party primaries must be concluded by May 9th, 2027. Now, the nomination of candidates will take place between May 29th and June 11th, 2027, followed by the official campaign period running from May 29th to August 7th, 2027. Campaigns will end 48 hours before polling day.
While recognizing our chief guest, the Honorable Lady Justice Mother Koome, who is our Chief Justice, at the same time the President of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Kenya, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I believe it's still good morning. Okay. So the energy is still up. Okay. First and foremost, I would like to really sincerely thank everyone. Those of you, I cannot name all the institutions, all the individuals represented here. I believe your presence here is a testament that you value IEBC, you value the work we do, but more importantly, that you value democracy in the Republic of Kenya. So allow me this afternoon to just make a few remarks and then invite our chief guest. You know, Commissioner Mchalala summed it up nicely. You know, in Mulembe Nation, when you invite the guest and you have cooked ugali and obusuma and samboga, you don't eat, you welcome the guest to partake of it. So today, Lady Chief Justice, this is your day, and I appreciate the fact that you took time. And actually, indeed, when we spoke last time, you said you cancelled some travels and some big events towards the 2027 general elections, which is a reaffirmation of the Commission's constitutional mandate and our unwavering commitment to the sovereign will of the people of Kenya. This occasion is firmly anchored in our Constitution. Article 1, as you all know, of the Constitution vests all sovereign power in the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya may exercise that sovereign power directly or indirectly. And in our case, we have been donated that power to exercise indirectly on behalf of the people of Kenya.
From that, public transport operators across Kenya have assured commuters that services will continue as normal on Thursday, despite demonstrations marking 2 years since the June 2024 protests. The Matatu Owners Association says it stands with families who lost loved ones during the unrest, but emphasized there will be no suspension of transport services. The association further stated it will not allow criminals to use public service vehicles to engage in unlawful activities. Operators have been urged to make independent decisions on whether to work, with assurances that Matatus will continue carrying passengers as usual.
25th, 2024, we believe that the justice, accountability and the respect for the rule of law remain essential to the national healing. At the same time, Matatu owners wish to inform the public and its members for the following regarding public transport operation on 25th June 2026. Number one, while we are aware of concern regarding possible disruption, we encourage all Matatu owners, drivers, crew and staff to remain calm exercise restraint and continue providing transport service responsibly and professionally. The public transport sector remains committed to serving Kenyans and facilitating the movement of people and goods. Accordingly, matatu operations will continue as normal while respecting the constitutional rights of all citizens and prioritize public safety. Matatu strongly condemn all forms of violence, vandalism, arson, looting, and destruction of property. The safety and well-being of passengers, transport workers, vehicle, business, and the public remain our foremost priority. We call upon the stakeholders, including citizen, community, leaders, civil society, business, and the government agents to uphold peace, engage in constructive dialogue, respect the law, and work collectively towards solution and strengthen justice, accountability, and national unity. So as Matatu Owners Association, we believe that tomorrow we are going to work, and we've called upon all countrywide Matatus to make sure that we are ferrying passengers as usual. And we support the family which lost their loved ones, and we say sorry to them. And we are saying the government, that is the police, must make sure that the peace, they keep peace, and we must make sure that all Kenyans are safe wherever they are. So tomorrow, Matatu Owners Association.
Right, from that to developments in the Utumishi Girls case, the prosecution in the Utumishi Girls High School case has petitioned the Naivasha court to transfer proceedings to the High Court in Nairobi, citing security concerns and possible interference. Now, the move follows the decision by the Director of Public Prosecutions to file murder charges against students accused of involvement in the dormitory fire that claimed the lives of 16 girls. If the petition is granted, the case will be relocated to Nairobi, where the students are expected to take plea later this week. Let us now cross over to our reporter Willie Njiru, who has been following the proceedings from Naivasha. Willie, good afternoon, and what is the latest at this moment?
Good afternoon, Sheila. Coming to you live from the Naivasha Law Courts here, and as you have indeed stated to our viewers, one of the 9 respondents has actually been released by the sitting magistrate, that is Abdi Kadir Lorot, right here in Naivasha, where he has been taking on sessions since early this morning. And just to bring our viewers to speed is that actually the investigating officers have said they have substantial evidence to make the charges preferred on the 8 out of 9 of those who had actually been in custody. Remember, the 9 were in custody in Nakuru, but the court has since been requested to grant permission for the transfer of the 9 to Nairobi, where on Friday they will be taking plea. You remember, if we could just peruse our books on the 21 days that lapsed today were actually meant to bring them here and let them take plea right here in this very court. But the court has also been asked for 2 more days to grant access for this to happen on Friday. But without taking much ado, we are having one of the representation here. Please mention to us your name and who are you representing, and what is your take on the latest, what has been presented?
Thank you. My name is Wakili Wairegi Kiari. I'm one of the advocates representing the victims' families. And today we had been called and summoned to court to appear. It was our expectation that murder charges were going to be preferred against the 9 suspects. But shock on us, the prosecution has made an application to have the file transferred and the minors transferred to Nairobi rather, so that the minors can take plea. We have strenuously opposed that application, taking into account that all the victims, most of the victims, are parents who reside in the area of Nakuru region, and therefore this will be prejudicial to them, not taking into account the cost of travel to Nairobi. We contend that Naivasha has a competent judge who is capable of handling this matter, and that was our application this afternoon, that the file remains in Naivasha and for the minors to be subjected to plea taking this afternoon. But we are awaiting a ruling that has been scheduled for 2:30 in the afternoon, so that we can take directions from the court on how we are going to proceed on this matter.
Our time is almost up. A very serious concern that has been raised by the state, that is the ODPP, over their security concern and ensuring that there is no infiltration of access to justice.
Yes, that is a concern, I do admit, but as much as it is a concern, that is an issue that can be well remedied by the High Court in Naivasha. Safeguards have been placed. We've seen how the minors have been presented in court previously, and they have tried to ensure that these minors are protected from harm from any members of the public or any people who may want to harm them. So this is a fallacy. We contend that there is no actual harm that has been posed against these minors. Let the matter stay in Naivasha for proper adjudication in Naivasha. That is my take.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Sheila, that is one of the representation here giving his insight on what actually was presented before court. At 2:30 a.m., Abdi Kadil Rot will be taking over the decision from the two sides, what was presented before court, the response, and by 2:30, it is all decision, yes and done. Subsequently, in our bulletin, we'll be bringing to our viewers up to speed on what has actually developed from here in Naivasha. Back to you, Sheila, for more bulletin in our studios.
Right. Thank you very much, Willie Dennis. Of course, we will be linking up with you later on that very much awaited on decision by the court there in Naivasha. Now, moving on and still in the corridors of justice, lawyer Morara Omoke, who was a respondent in former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's impeachment case, has filed a notice of appeal challenging the High Court judgment on Gachagwa's impeachment. Omoke has cited 12 grounds on which he wants the Court of Appeal to quash the judgment. Omoke questions the High Court's rationale for upholding Gachagwa's impeachment despite finding the Senate trial was unfair. He also challenges the High Court findings that the public participation process conducted by the National Assembly was sufficient, terming it cosmetic and inadequate. Additionally, Omoke wants the appellate court to set aside the High Court judgment, arguing that the Senate should have constituted a special committee to investigate the matter before proceeding with the impeachment, among other grounds. All right, a section of Kenya Kwanza women leaders of members of parliament have intensified campaigns for President William Ruto's re-election bid in West Pokot. Speaking in Kacheliba, the 12 women representatives strongly condemned planned Gen Z demonstration set for Thursday, terming them ill-advised attempts to create chaos. The leaders proudly defended passing the finance bill, arguing it secures funding for crucial development projects, urging residents to secure identification cards ahead of the polls. They maintain that Kenya needs constructive empowerment programs for youth and women rather than street protests.
Nchi kukua lazima watu wakuwe health. Na sisi tumepitisha hiyo finance bill kwa sababu pesa zimewekwa hapo, hospitali madawa zipatikane.
Hatuna room ya wale idlers ambao wanatangatanga barabarani. Sisi tuko na room ya wale wanafanya maendeleo kama hii ya siku ya leo, kwamba wamama wapate tens, wapate pesa, waweke pesa mfukoni. Wamama wapatiwe pesa, wafanye silik, wapate biashara, pesa mfukoni. Sio ni ajenda ya Ruto.
Sisi tulipopitisha finance bill, Sisi tuliweka budget kubwa sana katika elimu. Watoto wetu ambao wako katika internship, walimu 20,000 watakuwa confirmed wawe permanent and pensionable. Wapi makofi ya rais wetu William Samoei Ruto?
All right, that story from West Pokot takes us on a short breather. We'll be back with so much more on the other side of the break, so stay with us.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning.
You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza simu yako.
Hamna pesa.
I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimeekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Nikikunyuma.
Oh my God. You left me.
Nitumie ni live.
Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-Fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The
cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tamulini kero umeka kwa beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
We won't entertain divas.
No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. Ooh, yeah. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in Eastern Central Africa and its environs.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Wednesdays at 8.
Right, 17 minutes past 1 p.m. here in East Africa. And of course, this is TV47 at 1. Now, 2 infants are among 6 unclaimed bodies currently lying at the mortuary of Eldamara's Vin Sub-County Referral Hospital in Baringo County. The hospital has now given families 14 days to identify and collect the bodies before they are buried in public cemeteries. The hospital's public health officer, Dixon Kagongo, said the 2 infants were found in different parts of Koibatek and Mogotio sub-counties, with one discovered in a pit latrine and the other in a river. Kagongo said that has urged families with missing relatives to visit the mortuary before July 17th this year to identify the bodies. He noted that the cost of preserving the unclaimed bodies has exceeded 600,000 shillings, placing a strain on hospitals' capacity to provide services.
Siku ya leo nimekuja kutangazia umma ya kwamba katika kile chumba chetu cha kuhifadhi maiti ya Eldama Ravine kuna miili 6 ambazo zimekaa kwa muda wa miezi misita zilizopita. Yoyote ambaye amefika kule hospitalini huweza kuja kuchukua miili haya. Tumeweza kupasha habari kila mahali, lakini siku ya leo tumeona ni vizuri kutangazia umma ya kwamba kuna miili hizo. Ninapatiana ilani ya siku 14 mpaka tarehe 7 mwezi wa 7 mwaka huu.
And public and private hospitals in Kenya have been urged to hire more women biomedical engineers to bridge the gap in a male-dominated profession. Absorption of biomedical engineers remains low in Kenyan hospitals, despite hundreds graduating every year. Speaking in Nairobi during International Women in Engineering Day, the Women in Biomedical Engineering Kenya called for greater support for women pursuing biomedical engineering courses. The event highlighted highlighted innovations, professional achievements and leadership journeys while also pointing to emerging opportunities in healthcare technology. It brought together biomedical engineers, healthcare professionals, researchers, academics, students, policymakers and industry leaders.
And our call today is to look to call the employers to be able to give opportunities to the women in biomedical engineering. We are promising and we're able to do a lot of work that men are also doing at the hospital or at other institution levels.
To have been invited here today to show support for biomedical engineers who are such able partners in the provision of excellence in healthcare, and particularly today when we talk about women in biomedical.
And I'm here with others to advocate for women working in biomedical engineering. And we are here also to appeal to government to have us more in the employment sector and to employ more ladies, because we are also intelligent, and not to see us as women, but to see us as competent engineers who can work and deliver and support the healthcare sector.
Tharaka Nithi County government is set to have fully functional county headquarters for the first time since the advent of devolution 13 years ago. The building, which has been under construction for more than a decade, is now undergoing final touches, ushering in a new era for the county, which has operated from temporary Madbati structures since its inception. The construction of the Tharaka Nithi County headquarters is part of a national government initiative that identified 5 counties for support because they had to establish their headquarters from scratch following the introduction of devolution. Tharaka Nithi, alongside Isiolo County, Lamu County, Tana River County and Nyandarua County, has been seeking funding from the National Treasury, but support has been limited over the years.
I have been in this county and I've been Minister for Finance for the last 4 years. I have not seen 1 shilling from the national government to do that county headquarters. Thanks to the people of Tharaka Nithi, thanks to the county assembly, all the money that have done that building is budgeted from within, and the county assembly has given us a lot of support because all the money is from.
Naongea hivi tumetumia karibu 300 million. Na ile pesa yote tumetumia hapa ingesaidia sana kujenga mabarabara, pengine ingesaidia mahospitali, lakini saa hii hakuna mtu ataki kusema hii mjengo ni ameleta. Niseme county government, sisi tumeenda hasara mingi kubwa sana. Kama national government ingetupia hii pesa, sisi tungesaidika sana kwa sababu ingekuwa imetumika mahali kwingine.
We are very much eager and really waiting for His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya to just come and commission the building so that at least we start working, or rather our officers start working in conducive environments. We really want to request those people who want to bring politics inside just to keep off and let the good work proceed like it has been going on.
Parliament is weighing reforms to regulate Kenya's fast-growing gig economy after meeting digital commerce platform representatives who call for clarity on the legal status of delivery riders. Appearing before the National Assembly Committee on Communication, Information and Innovation, chaired by Dagoretti South MP John Kiarie, industry stakeholders warned that classifying riders as employees could undermine the flexibility thousands depend on. Lawmakers questioned the sector on rider pay, data protection, taxation and consumer safety. Committee Vice Chair Alpha Ondieki Miruka raised concerns over reports of riders tampering with customer orders. Industry leaders say more than 2,500 riders and 6,000 merchants rely on digital platforms daily, urging balanced regulation that protects workers without stifling innovation.
So this committee does appreciate that there is also a place for allowing a sandbox situation where a concept proves itself with very minimal interference, with very minimal policing, with very minimal regulation, and so on. And so this presentation has been very useful for this committee to be able to understand your business, to be able to understand the pain points, and to be able to see how do we start directing towards the legislative, the regulation, and even the laws that would come into this space.
They will tell you, no, I still want to be able to do other things and also do deliveries among the many things that I do.
And based on the benchmarks that we have, the opportunity on the on-demand sector could easily account for about 0.5% of the GDP or 1% of GDP. I'll iterate what Keegan has mentioned, is to have harmonized regulation or policy or framework that governs the industry, so that from an investment perspective, it's possible to project the next 2 years, 3 years, what are we expecting? Therefore, it creates some level of confidence, even as we develop the hub here. Because I'll just give you a short example. How Kenya ended up being a hub is, again, the president was in Madrid. His Excellency, the president, was in Madrid, and he was accompanied by, CSs, and they had a very short conversation. I don't think that conversation even lasted 10 minutes.
As secondary schools begin their short midterm break, unrests continue to disrupt learning in several institutions across the country. Recent weeks have seen multiple schools forced to send students home following incidents of arson, vandalism, and violent protests. Authorities say the wave of unrest has been fueled by poor communication between administrators and learners, weak guidance structures, and grievances over welfare and discipline policies. In some cases, attempts to incite unrest have spread from one institution to another, but swift intervention by teachers and security agencies has contained the situation. The Ministry of Education has directed schools to strengthen counseling programs and convene urgent meetings with parents as investigations continue.
Last this long in school, it is to understand the understanding of foundation. We know the secret of foundation. But, when you are building, you protect the foundation. We know our school is the foundation of where we are going to build our futures. So we were working so hard to protect this foundation, because we know in this school, this is where our foundation begins. This is where we are going to construct our life.
Tuje tukae salama na walimu wetu na tukue watoto wazuri.
To encourage parents, as these girls come home, parents, please take care of them. We have taken care of them. As you can see, we have taken care of them. And once they come home, please continue talking to them about the importance of remaining in school and listening to instructions given by teachers and maintaining calm, because otherwise the future depends on how they behave today.
Very honest, who just take their time in the evening when I sit in the office, they just come, we talk. A general talk. We do a general talk. They tell me what the girls are saying, what the girls feel. But basically, consultation is very important.
And in the world of sports,
Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning.
You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza hii simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimewekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Nikikunyuma.
Oh my God. He left me.
Nitumie ni live.
Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-Fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tamulini kero umeka kwa beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
We won't entertain divas.
No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that a hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time, and the first time, welcome to Connect In. the best experience in Eastern Central Africa and its environs.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m.
This is a very serious place.
I see that. Surely. Hey, Nyumba.
This is the place.
Just for a few days.
Rule number 2.
Kwani Google inajua maisha yangu wewe?
That's my seat.
It's a chair. It was hers.
You're new here?
Yes.
You learned the rhythm.
This place is run by structure. Structure.
It is a system. Ni venye tu ni system haisikizi.
And what happens if something you haven't chosen enters your day?
I remove it.
That's not always going to be possible here.
Then you are going to have a problem.
Noted.
What are you planning? To escape from a resort?
This is not a resort, my friend. This is a storage.
Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47.
I just want to be in the zone.
Well, 30 minutes past 1 p.m. We are concluding TV47 at 1 with Sheilar Chelangat. More updates in our subsequent bulletins. But for now, see you at 4 p.m. Enjoy the rest of your viewership.